Welcome to another episode of Dad Up, everyone. Thank you guys very much for joining me. This is another segment of Parenting Pep Talk, and I'm really excited about this one because, as we know, every couple weeks I throw one of these parenting pep talks out where it just kind of gives you some lessons or some things that tips or tools or strategies that you can implement as a parent. But today I want to keep it simple. I want to basically, I say keep it simple, but I'm going to give you as parents a survival guide into parenting. How do I survive as a parent? And some of this is going to be humorous. Some of this is just for fun. But on the flip side, there may be some things that I go over that you'll be able to implement as a parent. So let's dive right in. And I want you to keep an open mind with all this stuff because I did write some things down. I want to make sure I cover them all. But keep an open mind. Let's dive in. A funny lesson into parenting. And this is your survival guide. So pay close attention. Take notes if you have to. But let's dive right in. Lesson one, the art of selective hearing. Scenario, let's just say your child is explaining for the umpteenth time their intricate plot into the favorite cartoon, and they have gone over it with you and gone over it with you. They're explaining it to you over and over and over and over again, and you have to develop as a parent the art of selective hearing. So how do we do that? You need to perfect the nod and the smile routine, right? The nod and the smile. Occasionally throw in a really or a wow, but keep it to keep, we obviously do that to keep things credible, but remember, it's all about the enthusiasm and not the understanding. Now, obviously, I'm being a little silly in that where we need to kind of develop this selective hearing with our kids. We want to make sure we're paying attention to our kids, obviously, but sometimes we have to throw in those reallys or wows and nod our head and smile and make them think that, yeah, you really got their attention when you've already heard it for the 15th millionth time and you don't need to have they don't need your attention anymore. Lesson two, the science of the sneaky snacking. All right. So this one's very big in our house, especially with my two older boys. We have certain things that we snack on. I have certain things that I snack on. My wife has certain things that she snacks on. And chocolate is one of the things that she'll snack on every once in a while, but she'll buy some and then she'll put it in the back of the cupboard because she knows our boys will look for it. So scenario, just like I just mentioned, you just bought some a chocolate bar, your kids see it, it's going to be gone in seconds if you don't do something about it. So you need to develop stealthy snack retrieval and consumption skills, period. Think ninja level sneaking. The bathroom, probably not the best place, but it's a secret sanctuary. No one's going to bug you in there. Maybe your vehicle, if you have to, no one's going to question you there. But the other option is do what I do, get up in the middle of the night and snack on something that no one else is awake or around. So the science of sneaky snacking is a big tip for parents because we know our kids see those snacks that we have and they want some as well. And so you have to develop that ninja-like mentality and get through that develop that sneaking snacking skill as a parent. That will help you survive those snacking battles that you might have with your kids. How about this? This is for parents who have toddlers. Lesson three is mastering toddler negotiation. Your toddler wants to wear your superhero cape, maybe fairy wings, maybe rainbow boots, or rain boots to the grocery store, whatever the case may be. They want to wear those rain boots. So here's what you have to do, parents. Pick your battles. Is it worth the meltdown? Sometimes a happy caped crusader with rain boots at the grocery store is better than a crying cape-less child. So that is a good tip. It makes for great stories later. You can tease your kids when they get older. Maybe take a couple pictures of them because our toddlers like to have their pictures taken with their capes on and stuff. That might be some leverage later on in life. But you have to master the toddler negotiations and you have to learn as a parent to pick your battles. And you know what? That's not just for toddlers. That's for older kids too, especially with parents that deal with kids that are teenagers and they have those at times they can have those meltdowns. So you need to learn to pick your battles. It's not really worth the meltdown. Lesson number 4, the power of pretend play. This is good for parents because especially parents with little kids, your child insists on playing restaurant and you're the chef. dad, or mom. So you need to embrace your inner child. And if you're being asked to play a chef, you need to grab on to that inner Gordon Ramsay and overreact with gusto. Overreact like crazy. Who ordered the plastic spaghetti with a side of invisible meatballs coming right up? Play to your child's interests. The power of pretend play is awesome, and your kids get into it, and they appreciate it when you do those things with your kids. So, hey, my boys, it was all about, pretending different scenarios with my boys when they were growing up, but my boys were really into sports or wrestling or something like that. But the power of pretend play is awesome, and it'll go a long way for your kids, and it'll help you as a parent survive. Lesson 5, finding humor in the mess. So here's a scenario. Your child decides that the living room needs a makeover with finger paints. What are you going to do about it? First of all, instead of losing your temper and getting upset at the finger paints, they're washable, I hope, you need to laugh. Take a photo. Remember, it's easier to clean up a mess than to clean up a child devoid of creativity and fun. Plus, it makes a great Instagram moment, right? So finding the humor in the mess is an important lesson for all of us parents that we can continue to utilize, not only when our kids are toddlers, but when they get older. Find a way to laugh, find a way to take a picture. Remember that it's not that bad. And the next time your child needs to give you or your living room or your bedroom or your car a makeover, don't flip out. I'll tell you a story. Blake, my oldest son, decided that he wanted to give my vehicle a makeover. And my wife had left her purse on the floor in the back seat. He was in his booster chair and decided that he could reach her purse from the floor and got into her purse when she wasn't looking as she was driving and took out her lipstick and decided to cover the roof of my car, the inside of roof of my car, with red lipstick. This is a Lexus, and I was not happy about it. It was all over him. It was all over my door. It was all over the liner and the roof. And at the end of the day, it all came out. We were able to get it cleaned and taken care of. It was a mess. But when I think back at those situations now, and we do talk about those scenarios or those situations that took place in our life, we laugh about it now. So you need to learn to find humor in the mess. It's important. How about, this is a good one, and this one helps with parents. This helps me because there's always this scenario that comes up. But with your kids, do you ever have the scenario where you have the mystery of the missing socks? That's this lesson. The mystery of the missing socks, where you go and do the laundry and then you go and fold the laundry and you're putting the socks together and you find out there's one missing. Where in the world did it go? Understand, parents, listen to me. Understand that socks do have a mind of their own and they do have a secret agenda to disappear. So if you can understand that and remember that, you won't flip out as much when you can't find that missing sock. But here's what you need to do to fix the situation. When you buy socks for your child, only buy one type of socks. Only buy that one type of socks. They all match, and that way, problem solved. So if you ever have a missing sock, a mismatched sock, you can't find, obviously you have the same socks, you have a ton of socks, and now you have bypassed the mystery of the missing sock. Or you can just embrace the joy of your child wearing mismatched socks. You can do that too. So the mystery of the missing socks is a famous one that every parent experiences. So just buy the same sock and problem is solved. How about this one? The why phase. We go through this with our kids, especially when they're younger. They're curious. They want to know they want to know why. You tell them why, and then they want to know why again. The why phase. Lesson 7 is the why phase. Be prepared to answer why about everything. And I mean everything. Why? Because. Why? Because that's the color that it was made. Why? Because that's how God planned it. Why? Because God knew that that's what he wanted. Why? It's constant. So you need to, the technique and how you handle this is respond back with your own questions. So when your child asks why, you respond back with, why do you think? And allow your child to embrace the inner thinking skills and answer you back. Or you can say something like, why not? So when you do that, it not only allows your child to think through the scenario and maybe come up with a situation themselves or an answer to why they're asking why, but it's also a stalling tactic. It'll help you stall until either the subject is changed or you come up with an answer. Trust me, it works. So when the next time your child asks why, you can answer it. And if they ask why again, you ask them, why do you think? Or why not? And let them ponder on that. The why phase is a fun phase for parents to go through with their kids. Lesson 8, mastering the ninja parent moves. All right, so what do I mean? Have you ever had those late nights where your child is having a hard time sleeping? So what is mom? Most of the time it's mom, but sometimes dad's in there. They lay down with the child to get them to help them fall asleep. And then they fall asleep. And then you try to quietly sneak out of the room. But before you can get 3 feet away from their bed, they wake up. Or before you get that door closed, they wake up. So you have to go back to the bed, start all over, get them back to sleep. Well, this is where mastering your ninja parent moves come into play. You need to learn to sneak out of your child's room without making a sound after they've fallen asleep, right? So how do we do that? Simple. Know where the weak spots are on the floorboards and practice the floorboard hopscotch and to avoid those creaky places. So if you know where the weak spots are in the floor and you can hop or hopscotch to the stronger spots, you can get through your kid's room and they will never hear you. So mastering the ninja parent moves is important, something that every parent should do or learn. I should probably give a class on it, on how to master those parent moves, those ninja parent moves. But yeah, something that you should learn how to do yourself. Lesson 9. This is a good one because we all know we've had those scenarios where we've had to go grocery shopping. And we all know that we've been in those stores, whether it's a grocery store or one of those other brands, Targets or Walmarts or whatever the case may be, and the child wants something. Navigating the grocery store gauntlet. That's what I call this lesson. And the scenario is this: navigating through the grocery store without succumbing to the barrage of can we get this, can we get that requests. So how do we do that? Technique is simple, especially when it comes to the littler kids. They will love this. Technique: create a distraction by assigning your child a special mission. What do you mean by that? Find items that you need. And as you're going down the aisles, you know the items that you need. You're thinking ahead of 2 or 3 items that you need, but keep one in mind for your child to try to find and give them the job of locating that item while you're shopping with them. So you give them an item that you need and give them the special assignment of searching for that item. Or you can make up an item and tell them that we need this item. I need you to find it for me. So as we're going through the grocery store, I need you to focus on this item. Maybe it's a special unicorn, maybe it's a special vegetable. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But that's how you navigate the grocery store gauntlet. When your child is constantly asking, can we get this or can we get that? You need to give them a distraction. That's how you do it. And you give them a distraction by giving them their own mission, giving them their own assignment. I've seen parents in grocery stores where their kids also have a little toy grocery cart that they're pushing with their parents. And so they have their own little grocery cart that they're pushing along, and the parents give them an assignment where they have to pick up certain things for them, for the parents, and they're on that mission, and then problem solved. You don't have that the constant questions of can we get this or can we get that? So lesson 10, the ultimate reward is laughter. Remember that laughter is the best medicine for the ups and downs in parenting. So technique, share funny moments with your child, make funny faces with your child, tell jokes with your child, enjoy the silliness together. That's important. The reward of parenting is really getting through the parenting journey with laughter. Any final thoughts? Well, parenting is filled with challenges, but it's also bursting with joy and laughter. Embrace the funny moments, laugh at the absurdities, and remember that sometimes the best parenting tool is a great sense of humor. So those are my 10 lessons, my 10 survival guide lessons for getting through parenting and the journey of parenting. I hope they help you. Some of them are funny. I gave you funny examples. Some of them are true and can be used, and I would encourage you to implement them. But I just wanted to kind of share that with you, just kind of a change of pace from my normal parenting pep talk stuff. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And listen, if you are not yet subscribed to my show, please make sure you do that so you don't miss any of the awesome guests that I have on each and every week, or you don't miss any of these parenting pep talks that I do every other week. So as always, you can message me, you can reach out to me on Instagram. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. If you have any other show ideas for parenting pep talk, please let me know. I'd love to hear those as well. But as always, I look forward to seeing you all on the next episode of Dad Up. Wow, another amazing episode in the books. So much was shared, and I'm truly grateful my guest was able to pour into you to help you elevate your dad game and really dad up. Make sure you bang that subscribe button so you don't miss a single episode. And while you're here, please don't forget to leave me a rating and a review. I always appreciate the feedback. And one last thing, don't forget, your role as a dad is one of the most important roles you have. So if you need a little help or have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on my website at daduptribe.com or at my Instagram page at daduppodcast. Until next time, everyone, Dad Up.